Hi, and welcome to the next episode of Belly to Belly. And we're here to talk about preparing for SelectUSA, which is under 2 months away now. And we're here today with our friend Mitch Trager from FORVIS. Welcome, Mitch.
Thank you. Welcome, Bill. Great to meet you.
It's fantastic to have you. So, thinking about the audience, who are coming to SelectUSA, our goal is really to help them pre-meet resources like yourself, so that when they get to SelectUSA, hopefully they've already had some pre-contact and conversations you have at SelectUSA are much more second level. I think it would really help the audience if they could learn a little bit more about FORVIS. Do you want to kind of give a little bit of an overview of how you help international companies expand in the US?
Sure. And I am a senior tax manager for FORVIS. I specialize in credits and incentives. FORVIS is one of the top 10 accounting and consulting firms in the United States. It recently changed names to FORVIS from a combined company, BKD and DHG, who were both present at the SelectUSA conference last year, and merged to become basically a top 8 firm this year. So FORVIS is a full-service accounting firm, professional services firm that assists inbound companies as well as domestic companies with any of their accounting needs, any of their tax needs, consulting on credits and incentives, which part of this great conference does. And we're there to meet people that have needs for support in the United States when they're coming, because most of the people visiting from outside of the US are looking for representation, and that's where FORVIS can step in. We have over 5,700 employees and about 72 offices now in the United States that can help them depending on what geographic area they're looking for.
Cool. And you did mention part of your work is with incentives. And would you mind taking like 30 seconds and talking about that? Because I know that'll be a really interesting area for some of the companies.
So my specific role, along with our team at FORVIS, we look at opportunities for companies moving into the United States, even within states. They may be existing in a specific state. Let's say they have operations in Georgia and they want to expand somewhere. So we will help them with figuring out their incentives for all the different jurisdictions that they want to look into. And companies that are moving from or want to move operations, especially now with all the federal incentives going on, that may be looking at the United States, we can assist them in both site selection and looking at the available incentives for their projects when they want to bring them here to the United States. And that's a full review from federal and state and local.
Brilliant. Oh, I know that'll be an area of good interest. So, and you had mentioned that part of the reason that you participate in SelectUSA is to meet the companies coming in who have interest in expanding in the US. Are there any other reasons why you participate in SelectUSA?
Yeah, so I would say there's 2 basic reasons why. One, we meet prospective clients who might have needs within moving to the United States. But secondly, which helps me out the most, is the ability to meet the hundreds of different economic development people that are at the conference. There's no way that you can get a conference that has all that talent and all those contacts in one place. SelectUSA brings them together. They allow you to network, and they allow you to have enough time to develop relationships. So Bill, for instance, when we had somebody call from Germany and they wanted to locate in either South Carolina or North Carolina, the contacts that I made at the conference was so easy. I looked up the contacts. I would call the folks that I know, say, hey, I've got this client. These are the parameters. And initially, we would get the initial contact, how to proceed, what they needed to make these companies offers when they get serious. And it's so easy to do with SelectUSA when you have all these different economic developers there.
Yeah, it's as you say, it's an unbelievable network. Somebody the other day sort of compared it to the World Cup of U.S. expansion. So the last question I have for you, Mitch, is around preparation specifically, and thinking of the companies that are coming. Some will have been to the U.S. before, maybe some even have some operations here. but pretty much most will have not been to SelectUSA before. And so are there any recommendations that you'd have for those companies and services? How do they get the most out of the event that is the World Cup of US market entry?
Yeah, and I think it's kind of twofold. One, come in it with an open mind. Don't have preconceived notions about what you want to do. Try to meet people in informal places just to have talks, because you might be talking with the head economic development person from Georgia, and that contact will be great for you going forward. But on that side, being informal, then being formal, kind of look at the list, look at the details that SelectUSA puts out, see if there's people that you want to connect with. If you know in the back of your head that your company is looking to expand and you want to expand in the northern states, let's say New York, New Jersey, somewhere Pennsylvania, try to make a concentrated effort to, one, connect with those people, try to set up meetings in advance, and be definitive. Don't leave without getting your answers or your contacts from those people. Make sure that you try to do it in advance, because everybody's time is going to be taken up with, hundreds, if not thousands of people setting up meetings. And the meetings usually, they last only a short time, but you'll be able to reconnect when you get back home or when you get back into the office. So that's what I liked. We had several meetings. We sent about 15 people last year from the firm, and we had many meetings, meeting different delegations, people coming in. So what I would suggest is, especially firms like ours, if you would like to set up meetings, you can connect through the SelectUSA portal. Our contact information will be there. We have different people, like some of the firms there, that will specialize in German inbound, Asian inbound companies, just different South American companies. So there's all different delegations that come, and everybody spends more time, less time on certain areas. So I would just encourage people, one, be flexible, and then be deliberate. Once you've built in some time for yourself to walk around the booths, because it's going to take a long time to meet people in that setting, then try to narrow your search down through these meetings ahead of time.
Fantastic. That's really good advice for sure. And we're going to put your contact information and a link to the FORVIS website on FORVIS website on the in the description below. So feel free to please reach out to Mitch. And Mitch, I really appreciate you taking the time today. It was so great to hear more about FORVIS and your awesome work.
Thank you, Bill. We appreciate it, and we appreciate the opportunities of SelectUSA.